Hello everyone, welcome to GT Time. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us as always is our uniquely talented and knowledgeable panel, including Brandon Jones!
Hello! Captain America, yay.
20 times later.
A lot of people just listen to this, Brandon.
Oh.
And so those people heard Brandon Jones and
Captain America, yay!
Sorry.
For people just listening.
They don't know what
they know what I'm talking about.
Brandon thinks he's Captain America now.
No, he's Captain America. I'm just Brandon today.
For our second week running, sitting in for Daniel Bloodworth. Almost forgot his name already. It just feels like he's gone. We have Ian Hink.
Hi.
And lastly but not leastly, Michael Damiani.
Hey, remember to do that.
Remember to do what?
Your voice. Your Saturday Night Live voice.
My announcer voice.
I don't want to get sued by saying SNL.
I think they finally replaced Don Pardo. I think he's not going to be on the show this year.
Oh.
I think there's also like a boxing vibe I get from that.
Oh, like
let's get her. Yeah, that you could actually get sued for. You're not allowed to.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was
yeah.
close.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, are you
Yikes.
actually not allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Really?
He's like trademarked that phrase.
Is it the
What? You can't do it.
I didn't know
Good for him.
that you could do that.
Yeah, it's stupid, right? Like he says, I own that. I created it. I own it. If you want to use it, you got to pay me.
It's like King.com. Like when
Yeah.
they sued
Yeah, yeah,
everyone
yeah.
who used the words candy or saga.
Saga.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. No.
They're done. They're so done. That company is just going to fall flat on its face.
Every company falls flat eventually.
Ian, thank you for joining us again, by
You're
the way.
welcome. Happy to be here.
Daniel Bloodworth is again on location.
Very busy.
Yeah,
Out in the
very
world.
busy man.
He's a wanderer.
He's a wanderer.
He's a wanderer. He's a
He's
rambling
walking
man.
the earth
Yep.
Rambling
like
man.
Kane in Kung Fu.
Right before we start, please explain the Kane and Kung Fu reference.
You can't talk about movies with Kyle. That's the
No.
reference.
Right.
Kyle doesn't understand.
Viewers at home, when you talk about anything that happened in a film that was good and people talked about, Kyle just vanishes into the world.
Moments before starting this shoot, Damiani and I were saying, the flowers are still standing. And he didn't know what it was from.
What's that from?
What's that from?
I'm sure there are people listening right now who don't know what that was from.
That are
I
like
would
7.
say, yeah, the majority of people that are old enough to drink or have a family know that reference.
But when we start talking about things that aren't video games, people get angry, so
Right.
stay
so
on
we
topic.
should stop.
Sure.
It was Ghostbusters, by the way.
And Pulp Fiction. Moving on.
Yeah.
Wait, what part was Pulp Fiction?
Oh, God.
Okay, we're moving on. Let's do a correction.
Stop.
Our correction this week is that each of us, begin corrections music.
Uh-huh.
Each of us has a microphone this week.
Wee.
That's
4 people, 4 microphones. That's our correction, is like a show correction. We're steering the boat in a proper direction.
It qualifies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very happy about this.
Me too.
Let's hear like a sentence from each person. Brandon?
Well, I can't say anything unless it's scripted. I have to have something written. Otherwise, I just clam up. I can't do it. Maybe that was it. That was my sentence.
No, tell us about why you have 2 hours of sleep right now.
I have 2 hours of sleep right now because I was up until 8 o'clock today cutting the review for Disney Infinity 2.0 edition Marvel Superheroes.
So Brandon's not just a face. He stays at work late just to edit a review.
I can just be a face. If that's all you
Please,
guys want me to be, I can do it.
A face and a voice. Ian, what's your sentence?
The quick brown fox jumped over the whatever log. I forget what kind of log it is.
There's no... lazy river is what I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
No, lazy goose. Sorry.
what?
Lazy goose.
Quick brown
I know
fox
the-
jumped over the
I know
lazy
that
goose.
part of
I
it.
heard lazy
I've
dog.
never heard
Like a
lazy dog. Lazy dog.
Because that's the
what
thing.
it
The
is.
fox could jump over the lazy dog because the lazy dog's like, whatever.
He's lazy.
Otherwise, he
He
would
doesn't
eat
care.
the fox.
There's a whole
Goose-
story.
geese
Also,
can
I don't
be-
know if you understand the hierarchy of. I feel like fox is above wolf in the eats who,
Right.
or above dog.
Foxes will eat it. They'll eat a...
We can talk about games at some point.
Michael Damiani, give me one good, clean sentence, and everyone can be so excited to hear you on a new microphone.
Kyle Bossman, it's time to start the show.
I'm sure they're excited about that. And corrections music.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah. That goofy music was
Important.
playing throughout that entire
That was the only
goofy
correction?
conversation. Yeah.
I know for a fact I said something wrong.
What'd you say wrong?
I don't remember. Someone in the comments was like, "Oh, actually, it's this." I'm like, "Well, I get to do a correction now."
Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. Dang. No,
Whatever.
I'm pretty good about that.
I don't remember. It wasn't very important.
We'll have Bloodworth correct it for you next week.
I mean, you get to do that. You do the corrections.
And say a sentence. Blood's got to say a sentence.
Yeah.
He has to with that voice.
We'll have to hear him say something.
So we're right in the middle, as we record this episode, we're right in the middle of TGS, Tokyo Game Show.
Tugs.
the E3 of Japan. This used to be a big deal. In years past, TGS has been pathetic. Ignore it. Japan doesn't matter anymore, is what we used to hear. This has been a huge TGS. This has been a big one.
Big old TGS.
Damiani is grinning with glee.
It's so good.
It's so good. It
So
absolutely is so good.
good.
It feels good to have TGS back.
So many good things happening at TGS, and it's not even over yet.
It's not
Still
even
got-
over yet. There's a
still
whole
got- We still have a
weekend.
secret game announcement at the Sony stage event for Bloodborne.
Yep.
New game. Or a game announcement. So
May I make a bold prediction?
Last Guardian's still on the table.
May I make a bold
Even though
prediction?
They said no.
Yoshinori Ono comes out and says Street Fighter V is a PlayStation exclusive. That is my bold prediction.
But it's at a Bloodborne-only event?
No.
No,
It's
it's
at a
Sony
Sony
stage,
stage.
and they're doing a Bloodborne presentation on the
Yeah.
Sony stage.
Yeah.
And it'll be followed by
A block
a
for
game
a-
announcement.
yeah.
New game announcement.
Still so much stuff.
Maybe Darkstalk. Maybe they'd be willing to give Darkstalkers like the PlayStation
So
exclusive.
we should.
I don't
like,
know. He's buddy with
man,
PlayStation
Do
right
people
now. It's
still
weird.
play those games?
Absolutely. Well, not Darkstalkers.
Which one? Darkstalkers is the fighting game. Darksiders is the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the one
okay.
that was by
Yeah.
THQ.
I get
and,
them. I get them confused.
Nobody's
Darksiders.
playing
Yeah, nobody plays Darksiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digital games are.
Bloodworth is actually like really looking forward to Darksiders 3. He believes in it, and you're like, really? I got to see what
It's a good
happens.
through line. They have the different characters and
You know what?
the horsemen.
You know why I think I don't like
precious.
Darksiders? Is because when it came out, it was like, this is a better Zelda game than Zelda. And
They
so,
said that?
Yeah.
Like in their trailers?
No. People would say that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not the game's fault.
Right. I know, and that's like it's why I like don't like Dave Matthews Band is because of the people who like Dave Matthews Band.
That's what
not
happens
Dave
when you don't get a
Matthews
Zelda
Band
game
itself.
for like 6 years.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, play this. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so it's not. It's not a better Zelda game than any Zelda game
How do you feel about Birkenstocks?
because of people who like Birkenstock.
Oh, Dave Matthews, man, too. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Hey, well, let's talk about TGS.
What's that?
TGS is a Tokyo game show. Big Final Fantasy news. We're not used to getting Final Fantasy news.
What was the news specifically?
Well, there's lots of news. There's lots to get through.
Bomba.
Let's start with this. The release date for Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, this is a game that's previously only been on PSP, is March 17th.
Finally. And that's,
Finally.
well, I guess it's what's surprising about that is at Gamescom they said it'll be out within a year. So by
Yeah.
August of next year, you will have Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. So you're like, all right, it's coming out like end of next year.
It'll be
And then-
their one
December
game of
next
that
year,
year.
because
Yeah,
everyone's
exactly.
always
And then
late.
because of that, on top of that, you're like, well, and then they said the statement saying like, we want Type 0, we're putting Type 0 on consoles because we need to build up the PlayStation 4 install base in Japan before we release Final Fantasy 15 because there aren't enough PS4s in Japan to release that game yet. So when you did the math, you're like, all right, Type 0 is not coming out until next year. Oh, 15 is not coming out until at least 2016 now. Oh,
Yeah.
good job, guys. Like, congratulations. So so coming out March of next year, Final Fantasy Type 0, it's like, wait, that's spring next year. That's pretty early. That's like really early.
What's going to come out in the fall?
But not what's coming out fall. It was, oh wait, there's something special at the end of this trailer. It's like
Wait,
this
what
great.
is it? What's happening?
We should ignore the fact that all this got leaked. So we're gonna pretend none of this got leaked. So pretend in another world we didn't see the leak. So you're watching the Type 0 trailer. Like,
March 17th?
This looks awesome.
That's really soon.
March 17th. Woo, like cool.
That's as good as this trailer could possibly get.
And then it ends with something even more spectacular.
Wait, what is this?
What is
What's
this?
happening?
Why is there a Final Fantasy 15 logo here? Why does it say redeemable code for episode Duske or whatever?
What could
the hell they
that
call
be?
it?
What is
What
this?
is this? Wait, a demo for
Free
Final
demo
Fantasy
for Final
15?
Fantasy 15?
It's
real.
spring next year.
It's happening! What is this?
What?
That's huge!
The hope is real.
The hope
Next
is
fall.
real! It's
Believe.
oh my god!
Believe.
This
But
is
wait.
happening! Final Fantasy 15 is happening!
Wait, it gets better. New trailer.
A trailer for Final Fantasy 15!
We didn't get it at E3. It's like, no, we didn't get a trailer. And then it goes like, oh, we're on a road trip. Giant dinosaurs all over the place. It's Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, the Final Fantasy game. We're going around in the car. Look, there's dinosaurs.
Yo, X on the Wii U, you're not big enough. Your monsters aren't big enough.
mean,
Look at this
They
monster.
got great visuals here, but
Yeah.
like, does your game have any actual gameplay here?
Well,
Here it comes.
Hello?
Yep.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
kidding.
gosh.
But ends with a great line. It's been a long time coming. Almost there.
And then he looks in the
to
sun. Oh my
moon.
gosh,
I got goosebumps when he said that and the music came up, and I just got goosebumps when you said it again.
dude. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What?
And I'm on the other side of this fence, I think, but I can get into that in a minute.
I'm definitely on the other side of the fence. I don't think you can do. I don't understand that. I don't understand why people are like, well, it's taking us quite a long time to develop this. It's like, yeah. Why would Why would you walk out on a stage and be like, it's taking a long time? Ta-da! Like that's your announcement.
I don't know. The trailer was kind of funny ending like that.
If you're like Duke Nukem, you can do it. But if you're something as prestigious as Final Fantasy, it's like, finish your game. Finish your game. What are you doing?
At this point, though, it's becoming a joke. Like it's not like
you're right. It's
Duke
a
Nukem.
joke, and I'm not happy with
But
Final
there's
Fantasy
nothing.
15
I mean,
being
yes,
a joke.
it's not out. They're like.
I mean, it looks amazing. Let me just preface it. Hell yeah, I want to drive around in a convertible and slaughter innocent
It's like
road trip.
It's so weird to drive in the car. Like, what's up? Listen to the radio.
It was really funny. It was really funny to pair like the enormity of the announcement, like
what is
like
this game?
oh my god, look at what I'm watching, with like the casualness of just like, oh yeah, we're just driving.
But that's kind of my thing. Is like I was watching that trailer, right?
Yeah.
3 people literally ran into my office, and they were like, "New Final Fantasy 15 trailer, pull it up full screen right now, 1080p right now." Like Ben was like yelling at me, and then like they were like freaking out. I got an email from Huber as I was watching it that was just hype, and I'm watching this trailer, and it's me and 3 of my friends driving around for no reason
Those aren't your
when
friends.
I'm 16. No, but I'm just saying, like,
You're the prince.
there's
that's
nothing
how
happening.
you associate it.
When
That's
I
like-
see this trailer, I'm like, there is nothing happening in this trailer. Like, you're driving around, great. There are monsters, great. The battle system looks more active.
Such monsters.
But, like, they're big, whatever. But, like, my thing is, like, Final Fantasy 15 is a huge property, and they took years, and then we get just, like, a cow tipping.
So
Well,
I think
it clearly had style. They clearly were going for something. You know,
Yeah.
they were like, or
It was
you could
so
be like
casual,
this in
I
Final
guess.
Fantasy 15.
I don't know.
Try
I
this
didn't
on
get
for
hype
size.
out of it.
So what I would say that trailer does is it says Final Fantasy 15 is real, and at that moment, it
right.
finally felt like a real game for the first time. I think in any trailers that it's ever
Because the
been
previous
in.
trailer
Sure.
felt like a just like
Ridiculous.
a CG. Like,
Yeah, it
there's
felt
no way
ridiculous.
this game is going to be this awesome.
And so this one set a pace. It says, here's a game that feels real right now, and you're going to be able to play this if you buy Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. We should talk about this demo situation, actually, because this is weird. It's not on the disc. It's not a demo on the disc.
It's a code.
It's a voucher, is the word they picked. Even.
Voucher?
Yeah, which will be a code, yeah. The demo has a name. It's called Episode Duscae, D-U-S-C-A-E. So that's a made-up word, apparently, from Damiani. That word does not exist in any language.
Prologus,
I feel like I've seen that word
Fantasy.
before.
And theaterism.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Duodecim,
The long-standing
It's a real
tradition
word,
of
though.
making up words that sound good. Anyway,
or Creek Tales.
Like Theraga.
Birth by Sleep.
Anyway.
question: Is
are
this
words?
demo Ground Zeroes? Is this like I just got a voucher to play Ground Zeroes for free? Right? Is it that kind? Do you
Well,
think
Ground
that'll be
Zeroes
that
was a
kind-
very
Meaning,
specific
like-
separate thing, where this is probably
Yeah.
a slice of the game.
I think
like
it's the
4
intro.
hours of a game, or just like here's an hour of the first area.
Yeah, it's like a boss.
Right,
Yeah.
but a demo that's sold.
It's
basically.
they did this before with I forget which game where the demo was like a few bucks for Dissidia, the prologue chapter or whatever was like $2 or something
Really?
for was it like the Duodecim prologue, but it had like stuff that would carry over. I don't think they're gonna go the Konami route where it's a full blown like $30 game or sorry $30 demo. Where
Is that really what they call Ground Zeroes?
what?
A demo?
No, nobody called it.
Oh,
Damiani
okay.
called it a
Damiani
demo.
just
Everyone
called it a
everyone
demo.
I talk to calls it a demo.
Yeah,
except
I mean, 'cause
for,
it was.
for Kyle
It was
Bossman.
3 hours long.
45 minutes long.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
All right.
I don't think they're gonna charge that. I think what it is gonna be one of two things. Either you have to buy Type 0 to get it immediately, and then you have to wait to get the demo if you don't buy Type 0, or you get it with Type 0 right away, or you could buy it separately for like a few dollars. Like I don't think they'll charge any more than $10 for that demo. That's my belief.
The thing that's exciting about this to me is like it's harkening back to the days of like when you bought Zone of the Enders and got MGS2 demo or whatever. That's what it came with, right? Zone of the Enders.
Absolutely.
And like that I spent more hours playing the MGS2 demo than I did playing Zone of the Enders. I
Sure.
beat Zone of the Enders, you know.
Yeah.
That demo was superior to the game too, but
Whoa. No.
Well, not in scope, but like gameplay wise, because you could do crazy things. You can mess with the guys. You were saying you might be able to do it on if you put up the difficulty, but in the demo you could shoot a leg, shoot their arms, shoot their radio. They wouldn't die. They would hobble off to try to find help. In the game, at least playing it on normal difficulty, I don't know about hard difficulty, but you do that and they just die.
What I love about that demo is it feeds into the point of the whole game of Metal Gear Solid 2 in a weird way. It establishes this. Oh, I'm gonna be Solid Snake and I'm gonna be awesome for the whole. Anyway,
it might have been confusing that with GoldenEye, where you could like shoot them in the arm and the leg, and they do that.
What?
In the real?
Remember N64 GoldenEye?
Yeah, you can do that in GoldenEye.
You can shoot their guns out of their hands.
Yeah.
So that was N64. So
that was crazy.
Metal Gear Solid 2 had no excuse.
I think you were playing on easy. I think you were playing the whole game on easy, and you kill him in one shot, and you're like, why did that happen?
GoldenEye? No.
No, on Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, headshots kill him in one shot. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I think you were playing it on like very easy mode. You were like, you saw the difficulty select, and you're like,
you hit trank guns. Like if you didn't shoot them in the head, the trank either. Hit them in the arm, or like wouldn't knock them out right away. Like fire 5 freaking trank gun shots.
Pop facts, body damage in MGS games.
Let's see. Yeah.
Anyway, to Ian's point about game demos being included in games,
it's
that
exciting.
feels so special. That feels great to get one of those things.
Still a code.
And it's the reason to buy. The funny thing is like. That's the reason to buy. Like the only reason anybody went and saw Dreamcatcher was to see the Animatrix short in front of it.
Yeah, I saw the Waterboy to see the episode 1 teaser.
Yeah.
Those are two great examples. I love those examples.
Like I went to the Waterboy to see the episode 1 trailer, and then I watched the Waterboy to watch it again at the end.
Yeah.
I was gonna start quoting Waterboy, but then Kyle wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
That's a stupid movie.
Yeah.
I remember like Foosball. I don't know.
You'd be forgiven for not knowing Waterboy.
Bobby Boucher.
Stop it. So I think that's huge. I think it's a huge announcement. We haven't had a thing like that in a long time with such a big title. But basically, it kind of ties into a lot of what's been happening lately is using betas and demos as an incentive. I think we're seeing that a lot. You know what I mean? The PlayStation platform has the Destiny beta exclusively on PlayStation. Like, all right, it's a weird thing of like, previewing games is becoming a commodity. It's becoming a weird thing. So it's cool to see it given away for buying what is already a cool game.
Forgive me if this is an obvious question, but is 15 PS4 only?
No.
Okay. So 15 Final Fantasy whatever 0? Type 0, that's on everything too?
It's on Xbox One and PS4.
Right.
Okay.
For now.
What is that supposed to mean?
Hope.
PC?
Believe in the Vita.
Oh.
PC, I think, is fair. I think we're seeing a lot of Japanese development accepting the PC.
Totally fair now.
Okay, so we got another tiny news story.
Before we move on to that, are we gonna? Is this later in the show? I forget. Are we gonna talk about Nomura?
We will absolutely talk about that later in the show. Cover this one. This is a tiny story.
So speaking of PC, Final Fantasy 13 is coming to Steam. No one gives a shit. And October 9th. And then the rest of the trilogy will be out by spring of next year, and no one gives a shit.
Right.
So please understand and do not buy that game again. Please do not give them any more money for that game. And no.
It's a gesture. What it is a gesture.
The only good thing about it is it means maybe 15 is going to be on PC.
Right.
Maybe and it'll be on Steam.
Only if it sells well, though. Only if 13 sells well.
Right. Yeah. It's gonna be that thing again where there's just like we looked at the 13 numbers.
No one bought it.
Yeah. That's
and
exactly.
And these games are of equal quality, so.
No, we don't need Lightning anymore. Lightning must be stopped.
It's encouraging.
Lightning
it's encouraging
never
to
strikes
see.
Twice. You can't buy it.
No, it's struck 3 times.
Yeah.
No.
Well, she wasn't.
And that's not true, by the way.
What?
Yeah, it's a
You
myth.
shouldn't buy it a second time. Also, yeah, I know.
Lightning
I heard about that guy who got
actually strikes
shot by
many
lightning
times.
like 5 times or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Like separate occasions.
It's rapidly striking the same spot when lightning strikes.
Lightning is hot. I was in my basement one time in my parents' house back in the day. Lightning struck the backyard, and I felt the heat. I was like, my God.
Wait, what?
Lightning is so hot right now.
It's warm.
You felt the heat of lightning?
I
What are
felt
you
the
talking
heat
about?
of lightning. I could feel the heat.
It's energy.
Through the basement?
Through the windows. It was like
Through the
12,
wall.
15 feet.
So where do you live at this point?
What?
Where are you living at this point?
That was in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. Beautiful.
All right.
Minnesota side of Wisconsin. Hills,
So you're in your
rivers,
basement.
trees as far as the eye can see.
Is the window one of those tiny windows that's above you?
No, it's big, huge bay window. Or not
No,
bay.
you don't have big bay windows in a basement. That
Yeah,
makes
you
no
do.
sense.
We have a walk-up basement. In the Midwest, everyone has basements.
Okay.
And
But
it's
most
big-
basements are underground.
It's partially underground.
Okay, all right.
okay.
We're boring Brandon. He's
slant.
got 2 hours
The
of sleep.
The first floor has ground to it, and the backyard you can walk.
I've just
Well,
never heard of someone feel heat
First floor is
from
ground
lightning.
2.
I'm just saying.
Then where's ground 0?
Okay, all right.
Oh,
I'm back, I'm back.
I was
We're
in my
back.
house, ground zeros. Floor ground zeros.
Very tangent-heavy episode.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry.
back to Damiani's point. We should cover another huge story about Final Fantasy 15's development. Is that its director has been booted.
Well, that's apparently he was okay. We can read into it all the way like a little bit.
Okay.
But apparently he left of his own accord to go work on Kingdom Hearts 3. So when I first saw it, I thought they were like, we're restructured. They give out that statement saying we're analyzing our structure here.
Yep.
And we feel it best if Tabata starts taking over Final Fantasy 15. And Nomura only works on games that only can be done by Nomura, starting with Kingdom Hearts 3.
That was a really funny phrase. They said that specifically. Only Nomura could do these kinds of games.
So-
Suggesting someone other than Nomura could do Final
Could do
Fantasy
15.
Yeah, yeah.
Without
What does
reading-
that say about
yeah.
15?
Yeah.
Without reading more like the information that was out there at the point, because there's so much going on last night, I took it as, all right, either shareholders, investors, or someone was like, that's it, enough is enough. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, they probably saw E3 and Gamescom, like, everyone starting to bitch again. Like, they built up all this goodwill over the last, year leading up to, they had 14 went well, they had Bravely Default went well, they had a great E3 last year, and all of a sudden, kind of started to fall off. It's like, uh-oh, we're, declining again in, the public image. So what the hell's going on here, guys? Like, where's 15? Like, why don't we have anything to show? And it's probably they're probably just like, all right, you know what? That's it. This game needs to come out. Like, that's it. Tabata, you got Type 0 done. Start working on finish 15. Just get it out the door. We need to get it done. Nomura, we need Kingdom Hearts 3 sooner than later. Get your ass on there with the Osaka team and let's get this going. It's probably that's it. Enough. We need to release these games. We're done. We're done. Screwing around here.
Somebody was pounding fists on the table.
Another version that someone told me was that he left of his own accord because they want to, I don't know if you've heard before, but they want to break up 15 into multiple parts, supposedly.
Don't even.
The
There's
whole
a big
versus
surprise.
thing.
Don't.
And he doesn't want to do that. And then apparently they're like, all right, you've gone so over budget, it's taking this long, you guys are getting no budget anymore. Finish the damn thing or else, we're pulling money from you from this project. Just finish it. And he was like, this is my vision and stuff. I can't do this, so I'm walking away from this. So some people are thinking after Kingdom Hearts 3 is done, he's gone. He's gonna leave of his he's gonna peace out.
What's the last game he directed?
I think it was it The World Ends With You, or did he do something after
I was going
that?
to say that as a joke, actually, for the DS.
Yeah,
That was on the DS,
because
right?
he
He's
wasn't-
been producing for a
long
long
time.
time.
That was on the
I mean,
DS.
the DS
Yeah.
Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts, he really didn't have anything.
I think how you take driver's licenses away from old people, I think somebody should take his director
Birth-
card.
Birth-
I think he should have to make another game before he gets to make Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, yes,
I just-
old people are a menace behind the
I
wheel.
just need, again, I might be sleep deprived, but name someone else. You have Gabe Newell, but we know what he's doing. He's
He's
still
doing
involved in things, but he still shows up and talks and is not we get footage of him, oh, it's a taped thing. Thank goodness. Tell us what's happening. Or it's
Tell us that Valve will
why-
never make another video game again.
Well, not from Game,
okay.
but from Nomura. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you can read it other than Square Enix we're we need to get this shit out.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
Stop.
That does make sense.
And you know what? Making it probably not episodic, but multiple parts, I think is a very likely thing that will happen. Again, with Final Fantasy 13, the reason we got 2 sequels to 13 is just because it cost so much to make in the first place, and that will probably happen with 15 as well.
They also thought Lightning was super popular and wanted to shove Lightning down everyone's throat.
I don't think that's true. I think
They love Katase and Toriyama. They love Lightning.
I think they don't love Lightning as much as they're putting on that they love Lightning.
Wait till you see Lightning in 15.
I think it's a sort of thing where it's just you're pretending Lightning's a success.
Lightning's
you're
in 14.
Lightning's in 14. And she
You're
keeps coming
telling
back.
people she's popular.
You know what we did in 14? They have a Fate thing where she shows up fighting one of those dumb mechanical things. They're called dreadnoughts or whatever. And what we can do is, we got so sick of her being in the game, and newbies were trying to do the Fate to complete it.
Hold on.
We'd aggro the mob, and they forgot to make you have to level sync. But if you go too far away, it desyncs you, so you can't grief people. You can't do WoW shit. But they forgot to do it on one. So people were taking it across entire zones so people couldn't kill it. And they were like, get out of our game, Lightning. It was pretty good.
And you would hear her music, so you'd be in the
you can hear
world of
the
14.
dumb
and then,
music and stuff. I was like,
what?
nope.
Where's the-
Let's get her out of
Huh?
here. No more of this crap.
Somebody left a boombox on or something.
The most disturbing part of that story is that Damiani, in sincerity, calls humans newbies. You call them newbies? You say, here, there's a bunch of newbies who want to hang out with lightning?
They're new to the fate. They haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all.
a technical term.
I'm not saying
It's
their
a gaming
skill
term.
level or
Anyone
anything.
below level cap.
Like that was more of a
You're gonna call that
literal
person
use of it. They're actually new to the thing.
All
so
right.
that wasn't like derogatory there. They just haven't done it yet.
Subhumans.
It was
But we're
derogatory.
trying to no.
He's such a bull.
We're trying to save them from
You're making it so they can't
evil.
complete this quest.
Yeah, they don't. They shouldn't. They should be doing better things. Lightning needs to go away. Well, she's gone now, so hopefully she doesn't come back again.
She'll be back.
You're
So
gonna make a great parent. Someday.
let's talk about this new director, Hajime Tabata. You keep saying Tabata. That's how you're pronouncing it. Which I don't know which way is right. Tabata. I like Tabata. I like Tabata.
Tabata.
Anyway,
There's no stress.
Sounds delicious.
I got to
Tabata
meet this
bread.
person actually at PAX because we were just talking about Type 0 at the time. It was not revealed that he was becoming the new director of Final
you
Fantasy
like
15.
this guy.
I like him a lot. This guy is really cool. He's not been director of a console game in a long time. The last 3 games he worked on were all handheld games. So pretty interesting that they've put him in this huge position of like, all right, our biggest game, you are director.
Yeah, I mean, I know people are concerned because before this he worked on the Third Birthday, which was not a good game, but had similar kind of like concepts in it to what I feel like his earlier games were like testing stuff out, like Third Birthday.
Crisis Core,
Yeah. So
Type 0, and then Third Birthday. I
okay,
think
so
is what-
Crisis Core I like.
Okay.
That was good, but like it's still didn't stray away too much from like what. I mean, I think Third Birthday set a template for what they did in Type 0. Third Birthday was very unrealized. I forget. Third Birthday came out first, or they came out at the same time, right?
Third Birthday is last, I think.
Damn. Okay. Because Type 0 felt like it was good, and Third Birthday was like, ugh, what the heck here? But they felt very similar in like maybe just a lot of PSP games are so constrained they feel the same, but conceptually I felt like there were some mechanics that were kind of similar. But Type 0, so ignore what I just said about all that stuff since they were in the wrong order. Type 0 proved itself because it was good. Like from what I played, it was good. It got pretty good reviews in Japan, and there felt good enough. This game's popular enough that people want it. That we're bringing it out in the West. We're bringing it out in HD and localizing it finally. I feel they saw the reception to this game, and people were so interested in it because mechanics don't look too much like traditional Final Fantasy. It's real-time combat. It's more of an action game. And they're like, you know what? This is what we've been trying to do with 15. Well, you made Type 0. It was well received. Well, here you go. Try make 15 like this. I feel I could be completely wrong on this. So sorry if this is like not how it ends up. But I feel Nomura was trying to make the combat system a little bit more of an evolution of Kingdom Hearts in Final Fantasy 15. At least in the earlier clips,
Right.
it looked like that.
Yeah.
And what it's been in the last year, it seems to be going in a different direction, more contextual stuff, but also it looks more similar now to Type 0 just a little bit with its combat system. So I feel like Tabata is probably better suited to what they want to do with this, and they didn't want to go in the direction that, was more like Kingdom Heartsy. I mean, it's probably somewhere in between, and it's its own unique thing.
Those are my least favorite things to talk about in a Final Fantasy game, though. Is like, I hope the battle mechanics are great. Because, like, to me, like, that's like, maybe like the third or fourth tier of what makes a Final Fantasy game interesting.
But I mean, the thing is, it's going to be the first one that is an MMO, aside from if you count 12's battle system, that it's not going to be turn-based from what we see. It's real-time active combat.
Yes.
So you're pressing buttons to do the actions in real time. So I think they have to. I think that's a pretty big deal for this game, and that's why so many people are putting high hopes on it because it's not turn-based. Look at all these open environments. Like, holy crap, this might be a different Final Fantasy game that we've seen in like years and stuff. Like, cool. Like that's why people still believe in it, like genuinely.
I think another reason people are excited about this, Final Fantasy 15 doesn't look goofy. It doesn't look like absurdly silly. You know what I mean?
So you admit that it's silly.
It looks a whole different kind of goofy to me.
Yeah, absolutely,
it's
a whole different kind of
still,
goofy.
Like, yeah, they're driving around in a car with a giant turtle. Like, look out for this! And there's like
Nobody says, look out for this! That's the thing that's missing from this. There isn't that. Do you know what I mean?
This
no,
feels
they're like, is this real? Like they're freaking out and stuff. Like they're in a car. It's like, okay, like it's fantastical and it's amazing to see, but at the same time, it's like Japan, man. Like,
So
so
this
no, the
feels
whole-
very
yeah.
like angsty teenage Goofy, whereas older ones felt
yeah,
more
define
like
your goofy.
12-year-old.
The whole tagline
Goofy.
was a fantasy based on reality, right? Isn't that like the
Right.
Final
Absolutely.
Fantasy 15 or versus 13? before
Versus
they changed
13
that name.
was yeah.
So yeah, there it is. Like guys, out in the desert in a convertible with a giant turtle. Like that's the melding of those two things. It's sadly what's happened to Final Fantasy, and I'm not a fan. Like I don't play Final Fantasy to experience reality. Like I
Right.
want to jump in. I don't want to convert.
And is this game
convertibles. I
open
want
world?
stables
Is
and
that what
horses.
we're-
And,
I don't think so. I mean,
I don't know. That
based off
car
that-
drove like it was an open world game,
Yeah.
and
I don't
like
know if you
going
steal
out
the
in the
car.
fields.
That's the loading
stuff.
screen.
That's a
Have
fun.
a loading
That's a
screen
good
too.
loading
So
screen.
funny.
But I will say that it was probably one of the greatest strengths, like you were saying before, that there's just something about seeing doctored gameplay or gameplay that's cut so short or cut in a way to where you're like, I can't even tell what's going on, and gameplay where you're like, oh yeah, someone's clear. I can tell someone's moving that car.
Yeah.
There's like a difference. Like I think that was a cinema when they saw the turtle and they were all looking around, like, or maybe he had moved the camera around that way. But there were some shots that were just triggers that switch in your brain where you're like, yep, I'm convinced that's gameplay.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
When I realized that the car was actually being driven was when the camera was like panning behind it, and it like didn't move quite perfectly. I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, someone's driving that.
Yeah.
The player is
It's
playing
exciting,
this
right?
car.
It's exciting to see gameplay for that game. I guess what I mean is just in talking to this guy and talking to Tabata, he seems very sharp. He seems very aware of some of the shortcomings of modern RPGs and the general perception of them. And he wants to actively work against that, and that's really encouraging.
All of that was going on in his head while he was talking to you, Kyle.
Yeah.
He was
Oh
feeding-
yeah, he was thinking about
He's
Final
like,
Fantasy 15
He was
the
like
whole
Vulcan,
time.
man.
Wasn't
He's
he
like, are you
saying-
hearing me,
did
Kyle?
he say like I always wanted to do this on the console? Like I
Yeah,
wanted to, it's
absolutely.
my dream to do a console thing, and like
Yeah.
2 days later, it's like whoa.
It's yours. Take
And
it.
yeah, that's pretty good. Like I think, if anything, it's been said is that I think the Final Fantasy series needed some new people to work on it.
Yeah.
I think
But-
some people
yeah.
are tired of Katase and Toriyama. I mean, they've done good work in the past, but sometimes you just been on something for too long. It's like time for something different. Nomura, as much as that guy, like he's a good character designer, and that guy has like crazy stuff going on in his head for stories, but don't think that guy is very good at producing and directing games so much, especially on this scale. So I think they made the right choice with that, and I think I hope he'll be better suited with Kingdom Hearts, and we get that.
He absolutely will be. Yeah.
But that company needs new stuff. Like Yoshi P doing Final Fantasy 14. Like that guy, I was like, man, give that guy more stuff. I can't, unfortunately, because 14's taking up so much of time. But like, you need more people like this who are, they're realists. They understand what's going on with like Square Enix. Like we weren't in good shape. Other companies are surpassing us. We're taking too long. We need to listen to people who actually buy our games instead of insisting we know better than them.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like their
Exactly.
biggest
I
problem.
was gonna bring that
Yeah.
guy up because that was really surprising that 14 actually got turned around.
around, yeah.
And not only survived, but is great. Is a really fun
No.
MMO. And,
Yeah. So having
They can do it. It's
having
possible.
Tabata on that I have more faith now, or at least I have more hope. Like I am optimistic about it. The only thing that makes me sad in all this, like this hasn't been covered too much, is the person who made the Luminous, like the director of the Luminous project, the Luminous engine. Remember that Agnes philosophy?
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
left Square Enix recently.
Oh.
So that whole project, like I don't know, like. I'm worried about Square Enix losing some of their talent as well. Like the people who need to be working on stuff, like give them a chance. So this is good because maybe that guy Tabata would have left if like, I'll never get to work on anything, I'll
Right.
move on.
Here's our biggest project.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting.
That was a
Did
chance.
the guy who directed Tactics? He directed 12, right? Or was it just set in the same world?
He directed the first part of 12 and then got kicked off the project. That was
Okay.
12. That was a nasty
yeah.
whole story.
Yeah, 12 didn't really turn out, but
Yeah.
Tactics is amazing.
Don't get Damiani started on 12.
No, yeah, let's not talk about that.
12
What were you about
is
to
a
go
story of
The focus test destruction.
yes.
Yeah.
We're finally back. Basically, that was the beginning. That was the beginning of this whole just like, well, let's get a world on. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wait, just one more thing.
Sure.
Not to bring up the Final Fantasy retrospective like every single chance I get, but I talked about Final Fantasy 15, which was versus 13 at the time, in that video, dude. Remember when I did that? Remember how long
I
ago
didn't
that
work-
was?
Yeah,
5 years
I wasn't
ago?
here yet. You did it before my time.
Before
you
Damiani
started
even worked
working
at Game
Trailers.
I was still in
This game
school.
got announced.
I was like in school.
Yeah, and we're gonna be able to play that soon, Brandon.
So it's one thing. So like, it's funny to hear Mike
Yeah.
Damiani say it's like, they had this meeting where it's like, newsflash, like it's taking us a long time. Like that is the longest
It's
time.
been 7
There
years.
is no
or
longer
whatever.
time.
How many
Yeah.
years has it been since that retrospective?
At least Last Guardian just went away. It just vanished. It was just gone. You
you're
woke up
right.
one day and it was gone,
It
and
never
it never
goes
came back.
away.
Right? Yeah, right.
It never goes away.
As long as I'm sitting
In our
at this
hearts
table.
and minds.
Yeah.
But at least it had the the good courtesy to just go away.
Can you imagine if oh god, that announcement. Oh,
Tangents.
if it ever
All over the
happens.
place. What?
Oh my god, The Last Guardian.
Oh, you didn't hear about the trailer that's happening.
Meltdown.
It's gonna happen. Don't worry about
We're gonna
it.
get all Mike Huber about it.
Meltdown. Everyone.
So let's talk about a game that's out now.
Last Guardian.
Stop it.
Yeah, wait, haven't you played it?
Stop this.
It's not great.
It's just terribly confusing to anyone who might be
No, it's
not
seriously, they didn't say
absorbing
the
the
new trailer.
sarcasm.
It's the title fades in. I told you about this. It like dramatic zoom out on the title, The Last Guardian, with epic music, and then it cuts immediately to text saying "in development."
So what I'm gonna
That's the whole
need,
trailer.
Yes.
2 seconds long.
The little
though.
kid's like almost there.
what I'm gonna need for this
been a
show,
long
That would be the
time
most
coming.
discussed trailer of TGS.
I need troll music, and whenever Damiani starts trolling, the troll music comes up.
It would just never stop.
So people, yeah, you're right.
It'd be up the whole time he speaks.
Smash Bros. 3DS
Ugh,
is
why?
out in Japan right now.
Congratulations, Japan.
Great.
Congratulations, Japan. Good for you. You get to play it
Oh,
right
here
now.
we go.
Anyway,
Cue to troll music.
so yeah, you can start my troll music. I've been anti the 3DS version of this game for a long time, and now I finally have some ammunition. Sakurai has officially confirmed that the reason Ice Climbers are not in the new Smash Brothers is that they couldn't work on 3DS. The 3DS could not process the Ice Climbers as a character. And for that reason, they can't be in the Wii U version of the game, so they're gone completely. Basically, my question to the panel is, can this still be seen as a smart business decision? It was also announced this week that that 3DS game sold 1 million copies in Japan already. Was it a good idea to just cut Ice Climbers and move on?
Yeah. Come on. Was it a good business decision? Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, but it wasn't
of
a good-
everything, there's like the gamer side of us and the business side. You know?
Right.
And you gotta separate church and state. But of course, you have those are your two major consoles. One is doing way better than the other. So why would you just do one side?
Yeah.
Um,
Smash Brothers is a 3DS game at this point. 'Cause
Right.
There aren't enough Wii U's for it to make a difference.
It's a 3DS game with a Wii U version.
Right. It's a 3DS game with a Wii U version.
Right. Is that a
Like,
good idea?
You're thinking about it like
Yeah.
the way like Destiny got limited maybe by or like any game that's next gen gets limited by past gen considerations.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
That's how you're looking at Ice Climbers. The reason the Ice Climbers, like the Wii U version doesn't get Ice Climbers because the real version of the game didn't get Ice Climbers.
I think that's an absolutely fair perspective. I think it's 100% fair.
It also came out first, so they would have the lead. Everything you check that everything was okay there first before
Yeah.
making adjustments or deciding what was going to be in one version versus the other.
Right.
But the modes are different and stuff, right?
Yeah, they've
The
not
Wii
even
U's just going to have more modes and
they
more.
haven't even shown those modes.
Oh, okay.
Further evidence that the 3DS version is the version of the game. Damiani, do you feel the same way? You've been very silent since I brought up the Ice Climbers.
So how can it be anything other than Nintendo just wanted more money?
Right.
3DS.
Well, why would they want that? Of course.
3DS is a larger install base. It's selling better in all territories. Wii U's not selling well anywhere. Oh crap! Smash Brothers, our biggest game. Let's put it on 3DS because it's gonna sell more. And then let's put it out first so people will definitely buy it. And then when a Wii U version comes later, they're totally gonna buy that one because if we put them out at the same time, people are gonna probably choose the Wii U version and maybe not the 3DS version. If we put the Wii U version out, that might, we're crazy here at Nintendo, that might actually raise, move Wii U's, but in the end it won't sell as much as the 3DS version. The people won't buy the 3DS version because it comes out later. So we're crazy and stuff.
Do we know, or can we assume that it has friend download play, where I don't own the game, but I can download it to just play a match with Little Mac or something?
Oh, you can't do that, no.
Nope.
That would seem to be a good idea to spread the gospel.
Or Nintendo, you
Yeah.
need to buy it.
You have to buy it.
Yeah.
Buy it now.
Get to buy it.
Here's a question that you just made me think of. I'm Nintendo. Do I they must have thought Smash Brothers would not push enough Wii U's
Yeah.
to offset the amount that would have sold just of they think putting it on 3DS and having everyone just buy the 3DS version will make them more money than
If
putting
we-
it on a Wii U
And selling consoles.
And selling consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wii U is dead. Nintendo doesn't care about the Wii.
That's
clearly.
fair. I think that's a fair thing to say.
Nintendo is the Wii U's done. We lost. we're not going to make a console
If you
anymore.
release the 3DS version first, it'll do pretty good, and then you release the Wii U version later, and it'll do very good. If you release the Wii U version first, it'll do great, and then nobody will play the 3DS version at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's true. I think, honestly,
Not nobody.
there
but
wouldn't be a large effect either way. I think it is to premiere the 3DS version. We've seen other evidence that Nintendo...
Plus, like, younger
Nintendo-
audiences, like, they're playing it on the 3DS. They don't care.
Right.
Probably.
But Nintendo doesn't get that. You're kind of right. Like, it probably wouldn't have had that much of an effect on sales either way.
Right.
Nintendo's warped mind. They're like, we gotta be safe here, guys. We gotta make sure the 3DS sells well, and then the Wii U version comes out second. Like, it's the safest way to do it.
I think
But
that
they did with Twilight Princess like 8 years ago. It's like
Wii first.
they're coming out the same time on GameCube and Wii. Like, oh shit, no! Like everyone wants to buy it on GameCube, so we'll put the Wii version out first to like force people to buy this because like people really want this, and then we'll put like, the GameCube version out,
Months
after.
later.
Even though like the Wii U the Wii version is like the inferior version, the GameCube's the better version. They're doing it here. 3DS
Not true.
is
No,
3DS
it's not
is
a better
the
version just
inferior
because Link
version.
holds his sword in his left
3DS
hand.
And you can move the
version.
camera, right?
Don't
With
let's-
the analog knob, there's no
That's
analog
true.
knob to move the
True.
camera.
However, it
Wow,
is
Kyle.
16 by 9 on the Wii.
Ooh, congratulations. Get an emulator.
Oh my god.
Get
All
an
right.
emulator.
So basically, I don't think it's fair to call Nintendo a warped mind for that decision. I think that generally it was an extremely smart decision, and if I were on that executive board, I would sweat and cry, and I would probably make the same call.
I mean, they're like, Nintendo, to me, like, at least for the last number of years, it seems to me that they've been playing, like, catch up. They've been in like, oh shit, how do we fix this mode, instead of like, how do we innovate and make people excited about this stuff again.
Yeah.
They've been in like, oh, we gotta stay afloat. Even though they've got like more money than God, but like, it's just like, how do we unscrew up what we've screwed up over the last forever?
And what's interesting is their solution to that, of like, how do we innovate again, was Miyamoto's 3 games at E3. That was their solution.
No.
That was meant to be their solution. What are you pointing at?
That.
To our listeners, what are you
Amiibo?
pointing
I'm
at?
pointing to Captain America, but Nintendo versions.
You think Amiibos is there, how do we innovate? How do we make more money?
Oh
You
yeah,
think
that's
what that is?
definitely it. They're totally like,
I mean,
here it
first
comes.
party, yeah, totally.
Those things are gonna sell out. They're gonna be ridiculous, just like Infinity, just like Skylanders.
Yeah, it's just they don't do as much as Skylanders
Doesn't
or
matter.
Infinity. Yeah, that's what kills me.
Nintendo finally realized like Nintendo fans want to buy like merchandise and toys and stuff, so they're like, let's do it,
All right.
and let's
going the
integrate it.
Disney
Let's
route.
integrate it into our games. We
Licensing.
got this. We got this on lockdown.
We'll see. I don't think it's warped. I think they're trying. Another huge TGS announcement. Not even TGS. It happened during TGS, but it's for us. It's for the other part of the world.
What's that?
Oh, I was gonna say for game trailers.
Yeah.
up?
It is for game trailers. Bloodborne coming to North America and to Europe on February 6th.
Woo!
That's before Japan or right after, right?
Right after. One
Comes
day
out on
after.
the 5th
Okay, one day.
there.
So yeah, basically, same day, same
So we're all
time
getting it
anyway.
at the same time, pretty
Worldwide
Yeah.
release, basically.
To me, like, I'm like, yeah, obviously. Like, if they put that at, like, I don't know, because Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, like, are big games. Like, they're
Yeah.
not gonna stagger the release of Bloodborne.
Oh,
I
you
don't
mean
know.
like they would stagger the release of Smash Brothers,
Right.
Nintend's hugest game? I mean, it happens.
Right, but
sometimes
like,
they're staggered
not
and it
for an
sucks.
actual game that matters and that real people care about.
Ooh.
I mean, Final Fantasy games are typically not worldwide as well.
Final Fantasy games.
Yeah,
To me, like, I hate to say it, like,
that's not even
that's a niche audience too. Like,
my
it's
gosh.
a big niche, but like,
Final Fantasy is a smaller niche than
Wait
Dark
a second.
Souls.
I don't know, probably not.
How much did yeah, I was gonna
But-
say like.
Like, I don't know. I don't see, like,
What it shows-
Final Fantasy to me, I don't know, this is probably completely wrong, but like,
That's why we have you on the show.
right,
Yeah.
just to be wrong. But like, I used to love Final Fantasy and JRPGs, like
Yeah.
Suikoden or however you say it, and like that's like my favorite stuff ever. But like, over the years, that just stopped. Like after 10, I was just kind of like, yeah, no, I don't. Life's too short. I'm getting too old for this shit. Like, and that to me, of all the people I know, aside from Damiani and like a few other people, like seemed to be the trend. Like, I don't know.
No, I mean that was the trend. That's the entire trend of like Japan sucks now. Their games suck. TGS doesn't matter. That was like the whole thing.
When I went to TGS in whatever year that was, like 2 years ago, 2 TGSs ago, it was almost entirely mobile phone games
Yeah.
that I'd never heard of. I mean, they're Japanese, like local.
Picked a
mobile
good year.
phone Yeah, like
So-
it was like I don't even remember a thing that was that like the
Skyward
Raiden
Sword?
one. No, the
Revengeance.
Revengeance was like the only thing there.
Yeah.
They haven't announced Revengeance 2 yet.
They're not going to.
Oh,
don't even
man,
get
I
excited
can't wait
about it.
for that.
We got to start the troll music. Start it up.
Oh, yes.
So what I'm saying, Ian,
Oh,
is
yes.
I think this is encouraging. I guess it's really savvy that Sony would say we should publish this worldwide.
Yeah.
Let's be smart here. Let's just do whatever it takes to make that happen, and that's really exciting. Basically, this game was officially announced at E3 of this year. Months later, I mean, I guess by the time February rolls around, it's still less than a year. That's pretty incredible. Really exciting.
I think that's the way of the future, man. Like.
Announcement to release is just
yeah,
shorter.
like people are getting sick of it. Like all of this, like E3 this year was like EA's press conference, like conceptual
Oh, yeah.
prototype.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
boring.
the
We
Mass
were sick of
Effect,
that, yeah.
Like where it's like, oh yeah, and then Mirror's Edge like took like a year and a half step backward as far as like development progress seemingly, you know, like I'm just like no. Like
when it's ready.
Resident Evil 6 sucked, but that was the way to announce a game.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely,
Oh,
same
hey,
thing.
BT Dubs, this is out in 2 months. Ha 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 ha. Like that's awesome.
That's why I love Rockstar.
Sure.
Because they do that so well. Like whenever you get any kind of advertising from Rockstar, it's like the train has left the station. Like
Yeah.
this is now whatever we're doing is this. You can get it now. You know, and like if anything, you might get like a 6-month delay or something because they're
Right.
like, hey, we want the game to be great, and then it comes out and it's amazing. So
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
like
I think they're a good
people
model.
should like. I mean, it'd be risky, but I'd love to see a major studio try it just a couple of times. Be like, literally finish a game before telling anyone about it. Something awesome that everyone would like, you know.
Yep.
Like finish it, and then be like, this is coming out in 2 weeks.
Get the hell out of my office.
Yeah, like go.
Beyonce style. It's available today.
Yeah.
At
Well, they're
Target.
starting to do that with at press conferences and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
Can you
that.
imagine if somebody PT'd like a full game? Like
Yeah.
if Silent Hills instead of PT had been like, yeah, Guillermo and I have been working on this. You can download it right now.
Yeah.
And everyone just like minds would just like they wouldn't even explode. They would just shut off.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's possible. To me, I don't even know how PT happened. Like the idea of a full game just coming
Sheer
out
force of will.
immediately. Yeah. Well, there's so many people who work on games today that I think that would just be impossible to keep that under wraps for so
Yeah.
long.
Oh yeah. I mean, there'd be rumors and leaks and stuff, and
Yeah.
some of that could even be intentional. But like, I don't know, the official release just being like,
Bow.
bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Games are just too expensive.
Yeah, my
Maybe we
question
should try it.
basically is that smart? Should
Probably
we have
not.
known about Bloodborne for longer? Is there a fear that maybe because we don't know about it for long enough that it's going to be a short, insubstantial
Well, we kind
game?
of did. Like they teased it forever. Well, I don't know if they teased it or
It
we
was
just
weak,
like pined
but-
for it. Yeah. So I think maybe it was reactionary to that, although probably not because it's your development time is development time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
But I think it's very smart.
Cool.
it's easy to say this in hindsight, but like they sort of announced it without announcing it when the director from Dark Souls didn't direct Dark Souls 2. Because he's not just sitting on his hands.
Yeah.
He's doing something, and it turns out that it's the greatest thing ever made. So like, yeah, I don't know.
Are you okay with there being co-op in the game?
What?
Have you not seen the new trailer?
That came out today?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I work
Oh my
constantly.
gosh, it's so okay. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Well, you talk about it right now. I mean, you can't spoil it.
So
Just
at one
talk
point in the
about
trailer, another dude shows up, another Bloodborne dude shows up, and then they're co-oping bosses.
it. Yeah, I mean that's the same.
It's not like he's a phantom. It's not like Dark Souls. It looks like
Whatever.
they're legitimately
Yeah, I mean,
playing
no,
the
that
game
was
together.
in E3. Like, they're like, yeah, there's another hunter there. You can help him or not, and that one was an NPC. But like, it was pretty obvious that like that would be a person sometimes too.
Cool. So
Like-
are you cool with that?
Yeah, that's how these games work. It's always online. Like, and like, sure, they're gonna change it up. Like, it might not be a white phantom or a red phantom or a blue phantom, but like, it could just be a person like there. Okay, hi, and maybe it doesn't go away after a boss. Maybe it does. I don't know. But like, that's just how these games are.
Sure. You're right. Actually, the
And it's
interaction.
not co-op. Like, it's co-op, but it's not. Like,
I think
it's
this might be
co-op
hard
for
co-op.
Adults.
The way that it's implied in the trailer.
It'll
looks
bother
like,
me if you can talk to each other.
I think you'll probably be able to talk to each other.
Well, you can talk to each other anyway. You can make a party and talk.
No, they shut that off. They don't let you.
Oh,
In
really?
Dark Souls 2,
get on
if you have
Skype.
a ring, you can sort of do it. But like,
Cool.
It's like in the game.
Yeah. Like they won't let
It's
you
like
do it
RP'd
on your
in
own
the game.
terms. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's the thing about Bloodborne that I'm worried about. Like hopefully you can create your own character. Hopefully the game, there are like things that are like
You can create your own character. They've confirmed that.
Okay,
you can
good.
do that.
In the other trailer, like when the person raises up their axe or whatever and holds it, and then it goes shing.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's like a charge attack mechanic now.
Yeah.
Which I'm worried about because like right now, Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 and Demon Souls, like it's 1-to-1. You know,
Sure.
like you push a button and do a thing. You know, and every weapon has a different attack style, whatever. But like, there's not. It isn't heavy with mechanics. It's just like, here's how you fight. This button is this hand. This button is this hand. Go. You know,
Have
and
faith
it's
in
like
Miyazaki.
beautiful.
It will work out.
I mean, I have utmost faith.
Yeah.
Like, I think this game is going to be bulletproof. Like when it comes out.
It is coming out in February.
I know.
Oh my
right in time
gosh.
for my birthday.
I can see
so
that like on the
crazy.
box art, just like bulletproof.
Yeah. Do it.
Of
But,
GT
like,
time.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone you've never heard of.
So real quick, let's talk about February. This is gonna be one intense month.
Yeah.
What we have in February: Witcher 3, The Order, 1886, Bloodborne, one other huge one.
When's Batman? Next
Evolve.
summer?
No,
Evolve is-
June.
Evolve is
Batman.
February?
Yeah, and Evolve is in February.
Wow.
That's a good month.
So my question is, can this industry embrace 4 huge games in 1 month, or will one of those 4 fall to the
The Order
wayside?
is going to fall to the wayside.
I mean, yeah, that's another
Out of
Sony
those,
exclusive.
Yeah, out of
I'd buy
those,
it.
the Order is
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, do you out even?
Out, you're gone.
Like,
Nice try.
Bloodborne is also a Victorian game, and it doesn't have QuickTime events. Like, sorry, Order, you lost. Like, yeah.
Got him.
Yeah, I did it. Poor The Order. Damiani, what do you think of those 4 games?
That's too many games in 1 month.
Do you think one will get delayed before February?
I mean, there's still technically 4 weeks in February, even with it being the short month. So maybe if one comes out every week.
Yeah,
it'll
but
be fine.
not even us, whose jobs it is to play video games, could beat all 4 of those games
No,
in
I
1
know.
month, probably.
Yeah.
But
different
I
enough games, though.
Yeah, like
What was the other one?
Evolve.
Bloodborne, Evolve, The Witcher
Oh, The
3.
Witcher
Oh,
Sure,
Witcher
3.
3. Witcher 3.
So-
The Witcher 3 is going to take a month.
As
to
long
play.
as Bloodborne and Witcher 3 are far enough apart,
Yeah.
that'll be okay.
Yeah.
But like, I'm still like for most people, I think that's those 2 games coming out too close is a little concerning to them. They're like, damn it, like I've been waiting for this. It'd be nice if like one moved up a bit into like January to give like it a whole month. But
But here's, like,
January is a wasteland, man. Nobody wants to go into
that's
January.
oh yeah, Mass Effect went in there and did okay.
Yeah.
But, like, here's the thing, like,
So does
Witcher,
Evil.
None of these games have, I guess Witcher 3. None of these games are really established franchises, though, which is crazy.
I mean,
Well,
Bloodborne counts.
Bloodborne,
Like, that's a
yeah,
Souls game.
like, everyone's
Okay.
expecting that to be Souls.
That's a Souls game. Like, yeah. But, like, my thing is, like, Evolve is different enough that whenever you put that out, it's going to be fine. And also, like, the same person who buys one of those other games can buy Evolve, play with their friends once or twice a week, and it won't really impact their enjoyment of the other games. Witcher 3 and Bloodborne, like, the order is just obviously whatever, but, like, Witcher 3 and Bloodborne are, like the same, if the same person, like, the same core RPG person buys both of those, yeah, that'll cause problems.
I think Evolve's going to be like Destiny, where you're going to hit that wall of content like immediately, like 2 days, and boom, there's the game.
Max
There's the
level.
game.
But
Yeah,
it's
unlocked
just
it, sure.
so much fun to
God,
keep
Destiny.
replaying it.
So of those 4, Brandon, personally, which are you most excited about?
Probably Evolve. I'm excited to play Bloodborne because I'm actually excited to play Bloodborne. Doesn't mean I'm very excited, but I am very excited about being excited.
Ian, you got to see this trailer.
'Cause
The
I
vibe
can't-
is so
No,
intense.
dude, yeah, I know.
Because I haven't had patience for Dark Souls or for
Right.
the Soul series so far, and this will definitely turn me. But Witcher
You love the
also looks
Victorian.
amazing. I know, dude. No, that was it. It's interesting and something we don't talk about a lot, but like how style can totally trump anything. It's like you give me the worst controls ever, and if the game looks like that,
Yeah.
yes, like
Yeah,
not only
absolutely.
the fidelity
The
and
game
everything,
looks
but
incredible.
the style and how nobody talks and everybody's groaning and there's plague and it's always night and
Also,
yes,
no
just- yes.
shield. Like, you'll have to be way more active. Like, it seems a lot more like action-y than the other Souls
Just
games.
that thumbstick lock on. I just gotta,
You get used
lobotomize
to it.
myself
You
and
get
just
used
like
to it.
do it.
Damiani rarely plays new games. Of those 4 games, will you play any of them?
Probably maybe Bloodborne.
Probably maybe Bloodborne is the best we can do.
Again, on the box art, probably maybe
Maybe Bloodborne.
Michael Damiani, GT time.
November, December, January.
What are you counting?
He's counting raids.
When the next, when the patch 2.5.
You're right. He was
counting.
counting
Totally
raids.
right.
Counting raids.
We will end on that note. Before we go, let's do some bets. Disney Infinity 2 releases on Tuesday. This is a weird one. At this point next week, what percentage of people will have earned the Long Haul, Visit the Hall of Heroes trophy on PS4? So I looked at the list of trophies. I assumed the Long Haul, Visit the Hall of Heroes happens pretty early or something.
It's in the menu. You can do it at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to
really
know
like-
what
I was gonna say,
percentage.
did you pick this to give him a heads up? Or,
What percentage?
No,
Leg up on the-
It's also like the only
to
big
make
release
sense.
on Tuesday, actually.
Right.
Yeah. So on PS4, what percentage of the people playing on PlayStation 4 will earn that trophy of going to the Hall of Heroes? Damiani, you choose whether to go first or last.
I will go first, and I will do.
Why would you go first if you didn't know what you're going to bet?
Well, deciding between two numbers because they're both. Now that you said it's so super easy to do.
You can go last.
I'm gonna do the reverse of my troll and do 87%.
87%.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what is it? It's like a Hall of...
It's the place where you go. There's two actually. There's the Hall of Heroes and the Hall of Superheroes. The Hall of Heroes is all the Disney characters. The Hall of Superheroes is all the Marvel characters. And you go and you can see what you have, what discs you have. It visually
So
represents
it's
all the
what
crap
do
that
I
you've got.
own?
Yep.
And it's literally in the menu. You bring up like, oh, I can go toy box or playset or anything. It's like right there, like right in the intro menu.
So I feel like everybody's going to...
Kids, of course, are definitely
Yeah.
gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say 96%.
Ooh.
I say 9-0 flat.
I'm going to say 14.
Say 1%.
14%?
You get the whole thing.
Sure, I should, but I honestly was thinking 14% before anyone bet. For me, some reason trophy percentages are always way lower than you think they're going to be.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel better.
I lost another one.
I was gonna pick 78%,
Sorry,
but now I
Blood.
don't feel so bad because
Sorry,
you picked
Blood.
14.
Well, so let's lock those in. Okay. We should talk about last week's bet. This was how many user reviews there would be
Oh,
for
right.
Cooking Mama 5 on Amazon.com.
Dying to know the answer to this one.
Ian,
Yeah.
do you remember what your bet was?
Mine was 1.
There were 2. There are 2 reviews.
Yeah.
There was not even anyone trolling and writing fake reviews for the show. Just 2 reviews for that game and 1 week of
pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that,
It was. I think it was at like 4.5 stars. It was
Yeah.
those 2 people like the game. So Ian, you've won.
Bless their hearts.
You've
those
won a
2.
point for Bloodworth, who now has 10 points.
Bloodworth.
Damiani's still at 7. Brendan Jones at 2. Myself at 5.
At this point sharing, I don't know if I'm totally comfortable with. It's not Bloodworth, it's the chair. It's
Right.
like number 3 got 10 points, basically.
Yeah. Mike number
How
2
dare Bloodworth,
got 10
take
points.
credit for those wins? I earned my 2 wins, damn it.
That's true.
True.
They were
all
both
my
you.
wins were me in this chair, baby. Me. Okay? That's a different kind of currency.
It's the
There's
way
gotta
we
be,
have to
it's like in
do-
baseball
Maybe the
stats. There's going to be an
chair is named
asterisk next to
Bloodworth.
my title. You read what does that mean at the bottom? Like genuine wins. Like,
Right.
oh,
This
That
chair is
deserves to be
named-
known.
This chair is named Richard Bloodworth. It's a coincidence.
The Bloodworth chair has
Yeah.
10 points. So Ian, as winner of last week's bet, you may now plug a video and close us out.
Okay. Always watch Mandatory Update, and the full D&D should be going up, I think, yesterday.
Describe the full D&D.
So- Like the full Monty?
The full
Yeah.
section, the full session of D&D. Last week we did it in 6 parts that went up each day by day, and now it's the whole kit and caboodle in one blast because I think that's more fun for people. If the 3,000 people that watch this.
like a D&D campaign, it's evolving as the show goes
exactly.
on. So.
And next week, for D&D, Elise will be gone, so we have a very special treat that I'm very excited about. So next week will be good too. Anyway,
3
these
shows.
are the Twitters.
3 plugs.
Watch the. Watch. Thanks for watching. That's what I was trying to say.
Watch
All
for
right.
thanking.
Watch for thanking. Bye. Good.
I love the Xbox.
Mr. Damiani, what is in your mug?
It's a blue.
So this
Blue Yoshi.
Yoshi.
this didn't fit in his mug, and he's been covering his mug the entire
Really
episode.
stuff in it.
A blue Yoshi. How old is that blue Yoshi?
This is from the Nintendo Power Supplies catalog from sometime in the 90s, I think. Late 90s.
It's in good condition.
So you had this catalog and you said, I have to have that.
It says officially licensed Nintendo collectible. Does have a copyright on here.
Can we please not have it say I love the Xbox anymore? And can we do him saying Yoshi? Can we please make that the new
Ages
thing?
3
Sure.
years and up.
It was so good.
Yeah, that was a really
there.
good Yoshi. So from
Made in China.
this week forward, we'll do that.
Thank you, God. Appreciate it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.